Good morning, good morning, good morning. It's Wednesday. It is, let me check the date on this morning, man. Sometimes I forget the date. 31st. It's 31st of July. Welcome to Morning Meds. We're going to tag a couple of people trying out a new look on this morning. Tag a couple of people this morning. Touch a couple of people this morning. Straying from the usual format on this morning, so I'll be tagging some people randomly this morning to see how this platform works, whether or not I want to continue to use it. But here's the thing, I had a whole lot of tools lying around, never used them. So now I'm getting into figuring out how to use all my social media tools. So what I'm doing is I'm experimenting with different things. Tag somebody, touch somebody on this morning. Welcome to Morning Meds. I come on at 6:30 Central Time for those people who are in the East Coast. 6:31 in San Antonio, 7:31 on the East Coast. Trying out a new platform this morning. I'm gonna sit down. Just got back from running a couple miles this morning, man. And I'm telling you, at 47 years old, it's really hard to crank this up. I thought I would be a little bit faster than I am right now. I'm going to out here invite some people to watch on this morning. Hey, it's good to be here. You could be anywhere in the world on this morning, but one thing, here's the thing, if you're alive, you are blessed. You are blessed if you're alive. Tagging some people this morning. You get up this morning and you watch, because that's when stuff starts happening. Early in the morning, that's when things happen. Early in the morning when things happen. I get to get up early in the morning. I get to go out, and I get to hang out a little bit and, get my thoughts together for the day. You tag a couple of people, touch a couple of people on this morning. Like I said, I went running 2 miles this morning. And then I'm like, hey, let me try my iPad. I had this iPad for so long. He's just sitting around here collecting dust. So let me use it. Good morning, Mr. Crooks. Hey, we're coming live to you from San Antonio on this morning. The weather is kind of, it's probably like 85 degrees out there. Or it feels like it's 85 degrees when I was running this morning. Trying to crank up the whole engines. Trying to get back in shape. Man, that's what it is. What I want to talk about this morning, we started out on Monday talking about belief. And here's the thing, what do you really believe? Here's the thing, can control how you live your life. What you believe can control how you really live your life. Most people, and I'm finding this, here's the thing, I spent numerous years in church, still in church, love the church, but guess what? I find that there is a disconnect between what people believe and what they will put into action. So belief without action is a faith failure. And I find this so interesting, because the church is the place where we teach faith 24/7. You got to have faith. You got to have faith. You got to, good morning, Jack. Guess what? Hey, it was hard for me to get up this morning and go running this morning, but I made it. 2 miles this morning. Can't believe it. It is a disconnect between belief, action, which constitutes faith. And here's the thing. We teach this in church all the time. Guess what? You got to have faith to achieve your goals. You got to have faith. You have to have faith to make this type of money, or to work on this job, to finish college. But here's the thing. I say different, because we teach that backwards in my estimation, because guess what? You can get people, and here's the thing, I feel that you can get people to believe anything. That doesn't mean that it's true. You can get people to believe anything. That does not mean it is true. Good morning, First on Hilbert. Guess what? You can get people to believe anything does not mean it is true. The only time that it becomes true, only thing that your beliefs become true, is when you work them out through action. And why do I say all that? Because here's the thing. Sometimes, guess what? What you receive in life is what you believe. Me and my wife were having an interesting conversation last night. And guess what? My wife is she's brilliant. She's brilliant, and she was going over some of her college work with me last night. And I just said one thing. I'm like, man, that is brilliant. That is brilliant what you have put together. Now take that brilliancy, take that thing and go out and do what you want to do in life. Go out and do what you want to do in life. Take that. Most people cannot translate their belief into action in order for it to build a course of faith so that it works every single time. If we look at the Bible, Jesus always did things in a manner that would be countercultural to the way that we think in society today. I'm going to say that again so you can hear me. Jesus in the Bible always did things countercultural to the things that we believe in society today. What am I saying? Guess what? One day Jesus was at a well, and there was a Samaritan woman at the well, and he said, he said, first of all, guess what? If you understand that those days, guess what? Jews and Samaritans were not supposed to mix. Hello, somebody. They were not supposed to mix. Second, guess what? Let alone they weren't supposed to mix, guess what? She was not supposed to give Jesus water at all. So he said, look, I'm thirsty. Could you give me some water? Countercultural. And here's the thing, and I said all that to say that when your beliefs become countercultural, and what do I mean like that? You do not go with the norm. You do not go with the everyday fray of things going there. You are setting yourself up for a unprecedented, fantastic, magnanimous, if you want to say, success. When you start believing something different, when you start believing what's not the norm, when you start believing something in yourself in such a way that others think you're strange, others think you're funny, others think that you're off your rocker, you are on the way to do something fantastic. Good morning, Brad Dietrich, this morning. Guess what? Belief has to become action. And I said this on Monday, and guess what? I don't think people caught it. Do you believe what you believe? In layman's terms, guess what? Most people don't believe what they believe. Can I talk to you a little more? Good morning this morning, Bishop Blue. Guess what? Most people don't believe what they believe. Man, here's the thing. If you would just go to your local church, or you just go to your local university and you ask the student, good morning, Mr. Johnson, guess what? If you would just ask the student, why are you going to college? Most people will say they're going to college because they want to be educated. Hello, somebody. Can't get no help this morning. Most people say they want to go to college because they want to be educated, not realizing that, guess what? Here's the thing. Education costs money. Education costs time and effort. And guess what? Most people who come out of college, guess what? Here's the thing, are no more educated than a person, right? You understand what I'm saying? That has not attended college. Here's the thing. Most millionaires in the United States, when they made their millions, they did not have any formal education. They had a belief in themselves that they put into action that became faith that translated into wealth. Can I talk to you this morning? I wish you would hear that this morning. Most people who make money in America never went to college. They had a belief that turned into an action that translated to faith that led them to wealth, which is a byproduct of your action. Can I talk to you? And here's the thing. People don't understand that because guess what? When you understand that, guess what? If you can change your belief, if you can change your mind, it changes your action in such a way that you get the desired result that you want to achieve. Most people don't achieve the desired result in life because guess what? One, they don't believe it themselves that they can do what they said that they were going to do. Two, they don't put in action what they believe. So here's the dilemma. We have a lot of people in the United States. Can I talk to you? We got a lot of people out there that, guess what? Thinking that, guess what? You need a pill to get yourself together. You need a counselor to get yourself together. You need some advice to get yourself together. You need a self-help book to get yourself together. But what you need to do is get the space between your two ears together and believe what you say you can do and then go out and work towards it and guess what? Watch it materialize right in front of you. But here's the thing. When you try to believe something, right, that nobody else will believe, people will institute doubt. People will institute fear. People will institute hate in your situation. Can I talk to you? And let me tell you something. Guess what? Here's the thing. With my backdraft, I know people are like, man, what kind of backdraft? Here's the thing. Because of those two people right there, because of those two people, like that's a picture of my mom and dad, and I got to get a picture of my wife up here. I'll have that this morning, but she has to pick the picture because she thinks she's a supermodel. So guess what? She's going to pick that picture. I'm not going to be able to pick that picture, but because of those two people right there, when I was a little boy, guess what? They put the belief in my mind that you could do anything. It did not matter where I grew up from. And I grew up in Cambridge, Maryland, probably for the first 8 or 9 years in Cambridge, Maryland, on 509 Hubert Street. Y'all go look it up in what they call a row house. That at 509 Hubert Street, I was in 509A, then there was people in 509B. I grew up in a situation that, guess what? In the wintertime, the pipes would bust, right? And you wouldn't have water. I grew up in a situation, can I talk to you, that guess what? There were rats, there were roaches, and rodents running through the walls. I guess what? I might be the only one, because guess what? Everybody else on this call, everybody else on Facebook, y'all grew up in a what? Y'all grew up in a mansion when y'all were at. I did not grow up with a silver spoon in my mouth. I walked around the corner to guess what? Elementary. It's not even an elementary school called St. Clair Elementary, where guess what? It was not cool for kids to carry books. Can I talk to you? I walked through a playground every day to the babysitter where my mom used to carry it, and guess what? It was juvenile delinquents. Some people were drunk. Some people were using drugs for a lot of years. But guess what? Here's the thing. Because my parents, these two people right here, put in me, guess what? You can be in an environment, but not from an environment. Man, I wish somebody get that. You can be in an environment, but not from an environment. And guess what? I put that picture there, and I put this medal here because guys, those are some of the best moments of my life. And guess what? All of this right here is about belief. My dad did not graduate high school. Can I talk to you? But guess what? Guess what? He worked till he became he was the number 3rd person in the company. My mom did not graduate high school, and we're sending my mom back to high school this year. This year. At the end of the year, she's going back to high school. But guess what? Here's the thing that didn't stop me. Now, from two parents that did not graduate at high school, I have a bachelor's degree in business leadership and graduated magna cum laude, and I've been all over the world, and I've made hundreds of thousands of dollars. From two people that didn't graduate, one from Mississippi, one from Maryland. Guess what? Guess what? Growing up poor. Guess what? Here's the thing. I kind of eat what I want, do what I want, drive what I want, live where I want, and kind of do what I want to do on a daily basis. Can I talk to somebody this morning? So it is interesting to me. Here's the thing. It is very interesting to me that guess what? When we understand our beliefs, so what do you believe? And then we pace, oh man, Mr. Wheaton, guess what? Welcome to Morning Meds. Guess what? When we put our belief into action, it becomes faith. When we put our belief into action. Most people don't understand how their beliefs govern who and what they are. A good example of that this morning, my alarm clock went off at 5 o'clock. I know I got to run the 2 miles. I'm like, hey, I'm trying to lose 10 pounds so I got to run the 2 miles. The alarm clock's going off, and guess what? Guess what? The universe finds every way for you to stop to do what you say you're going to do. First of all, guess what? I got out of the bed at 5 o'clock, the alarm rang. And then the next thing, guess what? My feet started hurting. Then the next thing, guess what? I try to pick out what pair of shoes that I'm going to wear to run. The third thing, guess what? The time that I was bombarded about all these things, I find myself resetting the clock to 5:30. Can I talk to you? Here's the thing. The intention for me to get up at 5 o'clock this morning was distracted by outside sources. My shoes weren't laid out. Didn't know what I was going to wear. Can I talk to you a little bit this morning? Guess what? Didn't know what route I was going to wear. And then on top of that, I asked my wife to plug in my iPad last night, and it was on 0. So guess what? I can't go out there and run without an iPad because guess what? The music motivates me to run. You can make an excuse to do anything you want to do in this world, but you cannot make it an excuse to fall down on your beliefs. You cannot make the excuse that you're not getting what you want to get because, guess what? You won't follow it through with your beliefs. Faith without works is dead. And here's the thing. Most people don't have faith. They have fake. And what I mean by that, we talk a good talk. We know how to walk the good talk. Walk the good talk. We got good water cooler talk like that. Guess what? We know how to go into church, and guess what? Whether all hell is breaking news or not, guess what? We lie and say I'm blessed and highly favored, and we don't believe it. We go on our jobs. Guess what? And here's the thing: you know that you don't need to be on that job. You hate going to that job, but guess what you'll do? You'll smile and you'll go get the coffee. Guess what? Hoping and longing for something better to come. But guess what? Never putting in the action to do something better. Guess what? You'll start a business, and guess what? I've started many businesses, and I'm going to tell you, here's the thing. Why do most people who have business degrees never, ever start a business? Guess what? If you're a person that has a business degree, right, and you want to get paid a salary, come work for me because guess what? I'm going to pay you just enough money so you don't quit. I'm not going to make you rich, and you're going to do just enough work so you don't get fired. Listen to what I'm telling you. But if you have the belief that you can put into action, and when you put it into action, it becomes faith. It'll give you everything that you want in life. Listen to me. Listen to me. And see, here's the thing. This is not even being bragging. Me and my wife were talking yesterday, and she was like, won't we go back to Dubai? And I'm like, yeah, I can see that. The warm weather. I can see we could go back to Dubai. She said, we could just go back to Dubai. See, but here's the thing. And I'm like, nah, hey, I want you to get acclimated to the States for a little bit. And again, guess what? I'll take you on a trip. So now, guess what? She's making me, she's forcing me. Guess what? She's like, hey, for Christmas, we should go to Thailand. And I'm like, I don't know if I want to take that flight. But guess what? The bottom line is, when you have options because of your belief, your faith grows strong. I'm going to say that again. When you have options, when you have created options for yourself, you have, guess what? When you created options for yourself through your belief and you have put those things into action, it makes your faith that much stronger. We are living in a world that, guess what? Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, even though I love the platforms, I really, really do love the platforms because guess what? Nowhere in the world could you talk to somebody on the other side of the world for free. I've done it on the side of a mountain in Afghanistan. I did it in a desert in Iraq. I was probably, guess what? I was on the DMZ, and you can FaceTime. As long as there's an internet connection or you got internet going to your phone, you can go global no matter where you are at. It is easier to make money. I don't know why I'm going here than it has ever been in the world. Guess what? You can make money when people are asleep. You can make money when people are awake. You can make money 24/7 if you believe and put it into action. I'm going to tell you, guess what? I've had this iPad for probably like 3 years. Barely use it. Took it out of the box yesterday, and I'm like, man, I'm going to use this iPad to do something to create some content. Because guess what? Content now is the new money. I wish you hear me. Good morning, Deja. Good morning. Content now is the new money. Here's the thing. The more content you can create, the more money you're going to make. Y'all not hearing me. Guess what? I don't think people believe what I'm saying. The more content that you create in this dispensation, the more money you make. The more that you get your money, your name out there, the more people see you, the more money you make. And here's the thing. What we really got to understand, what we really got to understand about content is, here's the thing. Guess what? Once it goes out, you don't own it. So here's the thing. You have to capture those dollars. You have to capture those exposures as quickly as you can. Let me teach just a little bit about this. Listen to me. If you ever are blessed enough, listen to me, to travel, I want you to go to Dubai. I really want you to go to Dubai. Then I'm going to close this video. I really want you to go to Dubai. And the reason why I want you to go to Dubai is because, guess what? Everything that you do in Dubai is over the top. It's better than Hollywood. It's better than Las Vegas. It's better than New York City. Everything that you do in Dubai is over the top. And let me tell you the reason why it's over the top. And why we should be a little bit more, have a little bit more hustle in America. One, Dubai is a small country next to Saudi Arabia, next to Qatar, in the Persian Gulf, that has built a country that is so modern, so crazy, so over the top that you could do anything there if you got enough money. And even if you don't have enough money, if you're an average person and you can go there and guess what? Your experience will still be over the top. Let me tell you the reason why. Because the Sheikh of Dubai, the ruler of the Emirates, realizes that, guess what? In order to get people to come to my country, in order to capture those dollars, I only got one shot to get them to like what I'm doing. Listen to what I'm getting ready to say. I only got one shot because most of the people are only going to go one time in their life. Now, one time. That's a once in a lifetime trip. Now, I've lived there for 4 years. It's a once in a lifetime trip. So he has to make the trip so memorable, so over the top, so spectacular that, guess what? Here's the thing. You think about coming back. Listen to me. Why did I say that? Life is a once in a lifetime trip. You only get one. You only get one life, and guess what? Once it's over, it is over. So if I live my life every single day, every single minute, every single second, like this is the only life that I have to live. This is the only life that I got. Once this life is over on this earth, there is no more life on this earth. I will treat myself better. I will work harder. I will hustle harder. And I'll make my dreams come true here. Let me tell you something that we ever got. And I want you to look at me. A lot of people are waiting to go to heaven. A lot of people are waiting for the sky to crack. A lot of people are waiting for God to come down and Jesus to wipe away your tears. Can I talk to somebody this morning? What are you doing while you're instead of waiting and wasting time, go out there and get busy. The Bible says, let your will be on earth as it is in heaven. Let your will be on earth as it is in heaven. Let the things in heaven come down on earth. Man, y'all not talking to me. Let your will be done on earth as it is already in heaven. Good morning, Ben Odom. I ain't seen you for a while. Call me, Ben Odom. Why are we waiting? You only get one life. You only live once. It's not like you get the do-over and there's no reset button. You got to figure out what you believe. You got to figure out how to put it into action. And then after you build it into action and you got some real evidence of what you're talking about is working, then you can start talking about faith for greater things. The number is 910-885-3826. I ain't talked to you one. 910-885-3826. I ain't talked to you in a while. Just want to talk to you. Holler at once we get off here, call me, see what you're doing. Listen to me. Life is short. Life is finite. Life is temporary. Don't spend your life waiting, wanting, and wishing for stuff that you could have right now. For stuff that you could do right now. For things that you could procrastinate. Just like this morning. I went out running this morning and I procrastinated. I procrastinated this morning. I got up at 5 o'clock and I'm getting ready to go run 2 miles. And before I even got out of the door, there were 50 things saying, don't go do it. Sometimes you got to force yourself. Sometimes you got to push yourself. Sometimes you got to kick yourself. Sometimes you got to outthink yourself, out-hustle yourself in order to get where you want to go. And when you do that, you're going to live your best life. When you do that, you're going to get the results that you want. When you do that, guess what? Life is going to become easier for you. When you do that, time becomes precious to you. Belief plus action equals faith. That's what it's all about on this morning. Hey, well, look, it is that time for me to get out there. You can follow me on Facebook. You can follow me on YouTube. I'm putting all the videos on YouTube. Just type in Morning Meds on YouTube. I'm uploading those videos now. Guess what? We're going to try to get them all in there before the end of this week is out, hopefully. Guess what? We get 5 a day in there until we get it done. But guess what? Go follow me on YouTube. Morning Meds. Morning Meds on YouTube. You have seen me most of the time I got on the hat. But guess what? You understand who I am. Guess what? Love you guys. Let's do it big. The year is not out. Guess what? We can push this fourth quarter. We can make something outstanding happen in your life. Love you guys. I'll see you on Friday. Odom, call me. That's my number. Hey, I'm available. Love you guys. Have a wonderful day. This has been your Morning Meds.